Hi there, my name's John Stevens, pastor of Zion Lutheran Church in Oregon City, Oregon, and we're part of the ELCA, and welcome to Dollar Store Children's Sermons, where we take a look at the lectionary text. We tie them to an item from the Dollar Tree. This is for the 11th Sunday after Pentecost, and we are looking at the gospel lesson, which is out of John chapter 6, and it's Jesus says, I am the bread of life. And I love that. I'm going to read the text. I am the bread of life. Whoever comes to me will never be hungry, and whoever believes in me will never be thirsty. And all of this section is playing on the theme of bread, and that what we're fed in this world ultimately crumbles. What we're fed in this world doesn't satisfy for the long haul. But that Jesus is the bread of life, and Jesus gives of himself for you and I. So, I don't have what I'm going to use for the children's sermon because I haven't got it yet. I'm going to get it soon, and it's going to be a loaf of bread. And the loaf of bread is, I'm going to open it up. I'm thinking about getting a French bread, but I'm trying to figure out. But I'm going to open it up, and I'm going to just set it out and let it get dry and stale and hard. You could do this with marshmallows. Get marshmallows and you open it up and they get hard and stale and that. Though kids might say, put it in the microwave, it'll resurrect it or resuscitate it. So the idea is finding something, maybe a bowl of crackers that has been left out all for 2 weeks. Or just bring a loaf of bread and a fresh loaf of bread and say, I'm going to open this up, and what happens if I don't close this up again? What happens if I don't seal this tight? What happens if I just leave this out on the counter? Well, it's going to get hard, it's going to get stale, it's going to start getting mold on it because that doesn't last. Or you take out a piece of bread and you eat it. And you go, well, now I don't have to eat again. I'm all done. I don't have to eat again. And well, we know that's not true. We're gonna be hungry again, and so tying it into that Jesus is the bread of life, and it doesn't mean that we don't hunger for Jesus, but I think more importantly, the idea is that Jesus is constantly with us and constantly present. And so I can go, oh wait, and then realize that Christ is still present and in my life. Just because I don't notice it doesn't mean that it's not there. God's love and God's grace has been given to me, and that promise is good and faithful and strong and secure, and that is not going anywhere. Just because I don't notice it doesn't mean that it's not true and it's not present in my life. So, could be that I put a loaf of bread behind me near the altar and go, man, I am hungry. There is no food anywhere. I can't find anything to eat. One of the kids points out, but what about there? Maybe you have peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, or just jelly sandwiches because we don't want. We have a visitor that has peanut allergies. But you have a sandwich in the back there. You got like 20 sandwiches in a picnic basket, and it's there, and you're like, I am so hungry, and pulling it into just because I didn't see it doesn't mean that it's not there. And so this idea that God's love is present with us always. When Jesus says, I am the bread of life and you shall not hunger, Jesus' promise is true and is there and is present with us. There's a lot of stuff, I hesitate. You can hear it in my voice. I hesitate from taking it too far, like you'll never be physically hungry and all that. But stressing that the promise of Jesus to be with us always, and that is true and faithful. That's where I'm going, and using the bread, the physical bread, to be the springboard. Except if it's really hard and dry, it won't be that springy and well, anyway, you get the idea. All right, thanks for stopping by. As always, I hope you have a fantastic week and that something in here is a springboard for your own thinking.